Warning! This show discusses craft brewed beer and is intended for viewers over the age of 21. Viewer discretion is advised. Drink responsibly!
It's time to belly up to the bar and find out what's on tap at Brews or Brine. Welcome, everybody, back to Brews or Brine, your weekly craft beer review podcast here on the Lotus Sports Network. I am Brian, the Colonel, and we'll be joined by my co host Bill in a minute, and we will discuss a craft beer from around the world like we do each and every week. So, guys, you ready? Let's get into it. We are talking about Maple Mood from Boulevard Brewing Company this week here on the show. Pretty cool little logo. Check it out right there, poured into a glass. This thing is a bourbon barreled stout, no doubt. Boulevard makes some fantastic beers. They make a sour that's just to die for. So, guys, if you can find anything from Boulevard, check them out. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. But, guys, let's get into the review now. Maple Mood pours a dark chocolate that forms a dark caramel head that fades slowly. Tons of lacing and a nice foamy khaki retention on the top. Aromas of bourbon barrels, of course, is a bourbon barrel stout. Roasted malt, some burnt sugar. It's very boozy. This thing's high in ABV. So, guys, this is a sipping beer, as I call it. You get some dark fruits forward, and the aroma becomes better with time. Again, you want to let some beers breathe, and this is one of them. Let's get to the taste, guys. That's the most important part. This thing has terrific flavors. Dark fruits of plum, raisins, and cherries, bourbon, oak, vanilla, and toffee. Some roasted malts and smattering of dark chocolate. Nothing really tasting any maple syrup, which is a little strange because they called it maple mousse, so you'd imagine you'd have a lot of maple syrup in the taste, but it's not there. Still a good beer, not so much for the name. It's very strong. The ABV really shows in the taste. There's no doubt. But this thing's full-bodied, syrup-like feel that coats the mouth and lingers well, thick and complex, which you would love in a bourbon barrel stout uh, beer. This thing is just fantastic. To sum it up, guys, this thing is really good. It's got some great flavors. The ABV is well hidden. It's not a punch in the face of just how much alcohol is in this thing. I just wish they made this thing year round, guys, and maybe called it something different because I didn't get much maple flavoring in the taste. But this is a fantastic bourbon barrel style beer. You need to check it out. Check out anything Boulevard makes, guys. I'm sure you will enjoy it. And guys, just want to stop here and remind you that the show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Let's go full screen. Show is sponsored by BetterHelp, betterhelp.com/Lotus Sports Network, and it saves 10% off your first month of online therapy. You can scan the QR code if you're watching on YouTube or Spotify, and I encourage you to do so. You can check me out in my Hawaiian shirt this summer. But guys, on a serious note, BetterHelp provides a wonderful service. You can use our promo code, save 10% off your first month. The world is a tough place. We all need somebody to talk to every now and then. If you are struggling with your mental health, I encourage you to check out BetterHelp because they will help you. I myself have struggled with my mental health for the last couple of years, and BetterHelp is a wonderful sponsor for this show. So definitely, guys, check them out. And guys, here he is. Probably the favorite part of the show for most people. We got our co-host Bill. Bill travels the country on his Harley looking for his next ex wife and drinking craft beer. He had met a stop in Kansas City, Missouri, and he decided to pick him up some Boulevard and check out the beer we're talking about this week. And guys, Bill is a multicultural man, does a lot of things. Not so good at the internet or technology. But let's see what he thinks, guys. Here he is pouring a beer into the Brews with Brian mug as he does every week. And guys, he loves it. We seem to be right on par with how we think about each beer. And, Bill told me that he loves this beer, one of his favorite bourbon barrel stout beers. I've had a few that's probably a little bit better. It's hard to tell sometimes, but, Bill puts this up in his top five for sure. And, it means a lot. Like I said, this man is amazing. And hoping to get him on the show whenever he can figure out how to use technology. But Bill, I appreciate it, buddy, and we'll see you next week. Let's go ahead and get into the Brews with Brian bar trivia. Question from last week. What causes most power outages? The answer is squirrels. Ain't that something? Some people like to debate whether squirrels actually have feelings like we do as humans. I'm on the side that they probably do. They're somewhat mammals. They're rodents, I guess, but still, I'm sure they have feelings for their deceased loved ones. The question for this week: what material was the first ice hockey puck made of? Let's read it again. What material was the first ice hockey puck made from? Again, nothing involving the beer world. I'm sure you would have a few at the ice hockey game. I have. But guys, we'll get the answer to that one next week. Just want to thank everybody for listening. The show continues to grow by leaps and bounds each and every week. Check out the audio version anywhere you find your favorite podcast. And guys, I hope we're part of that group. Check out the video version on YouTube or Spotify. Check out LotusSportsNetwork.com. Click the link. Buy yourself a Brews with Brian t-shirt. Help support the brand. It will mean a lot to Bill and me. We've got some great stuff over there. For all the shows on the network, you can check out the Lotus Sports Care shirt, which sponsors the Children's Hospital of Alabama. All the money we would make off of that t-shirt goes to that hospital. And as somebody that deals with the Children's Hospital of Alabama a lot, it means a lot to me. If you were going to buy one shirt, I encourage you to buy that one. But guys, that's going to do it for this week on Brews with Brian. And don't forget, stop back by Brews with Brian, where knowledge is always on tap.